So what's been going on with you lately, Derrick?
Hold on, before we get into it, I'm about to say, man, just let the people know who we got on the line real quick.
I'll let you take it away.
If you don't know, Derrick, a.k.a. SoulFighter225, and the only reason we call him SoulFighter because we know him as a Soul Fighter, because if you didn't check the first interview, make sure you check that on our YouTube and Instagram platform as well. But just going into it, it's been a lot of endeavors going on. He's on the rise right now, coming up in the Bayou MMA League, and his next adventure is what we're getting to talk about today. Now, before I really get into detail, I do want to talk about his camp. And Derrick, I do want to ask you, because I want to say, I believe a friend of yours had just celebrated a win also as well. Do you want to talk about that before we get about you?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my coach, Chris Crosby, man. He fought Friday night in Miramar, Florida for Global Legion FC. It's a overseas event. It was their first time in the States. Really nice event, man. And he won by first round heel hook to push his record to 3-0 pro. Yeah, dominant. All 3 first round finishes by submissions, man. He's a killer, man. It's awesome to learn from somebody like that, man.
That's dope, man. Make sure you go ahead and shout out your account. Shout out Chris. What was his name again?
Chris Crosby.
Chris Crosby. Shout out to Chris Crosby, too, celebrating your 3rd win in the pros. That is dope. I'm not even going to lie to you. I seen that actually on Facebook, and I was like, hold on. I was like, let me go ahead and mention this first, because it's always good when you have winners in your circle.
Another shout-out, man. To my another one of my coaches, Josh Booty. He just competed in California this week for Worlds, and he won. He's bringing the gold home to our team, Movement and Soul Fighters. He won first place heavyweight, world champion, man.
Wow. That's what's up.
Yeah, man, yeah. And we had a couple other people in our gym. Jamie Berry competed. Also, he placed second, got silver medal at Worlds, and a couple other people competed at cross gyms. All Soul Fighter affiliates, man. Like I said, bro. Like I said in the last interview, man. All those guys do is win, man. They just find a way to win.
It's always good. That's always good to have an elite team full of winners.
Definitely, man. It definitely keeps me.
Shout out.
What's up?
Shout out to Soul Fighter Camp too, and I'm sure which you was probably about to get into before I cut you off. That keeps you motivated. Correct?
It does, man. It does, man. I don't want to bring no L too, man. I want to stay riding the high, man. My team's winning, and it just motivates me to stay winning, man.
All right. So when you say you don't want to bring in the L, now before we get into the detail of that, tell the people what's your next main event and who you're fighting, so that way we can put that out there, so that way we can make a platform of where we're going to go with this.
Okay, well, so I think the last time we talked, my opponent for January 17th, which is also going to be my an opportunity to bring a title, my first amateur title of many titles to come. My opponent was 3-4 Dusty Little. He's a Louisiana guy. I didn't know really much about him, his camp and stuff, where he fights out of, stuff like that. But I was very familiar with his game. I studied him a lot on YouTube. That only lasted about 2 weeks, and I got a call, and they changed my opponent up to a guy named Joshua Walker. He's 5-1. He's the number 3 guy coming out of Texas. He holds some amateur titles out there. So they switched my opponent up, which it kind of motivated me more, man, knowing that I'm fighting a guy who is a champion in his state and top 5. And
would you say this is better fighter advantage, and also better for you just to be on this platform because of the win scale that he has, and then also the champion that the title that he holds?
Yeah, man, because I'm looking at him. I mean, we're fighting for a vacant title, but I'm looking at him like he got it, man. Like this is I'm come and take it. Like, it's different. You know, this last guy I was supposed to fight, man, I really wasn't too impressed, and I felt like I was kind of, not in a way sleeping on him, but I had it in the bag, man. Like, I watched his game, man, and his strengths were I don't know, it really wasn't had me too pumped, man. I was kind of bummed he had such a crappy record, to be honest, man. I'm sorry, but I want to fight guys with, like, I don't know, like fighting this 5-1 guy, man, champion number 3. That stuff gets me out of bed, man. Because I know he's working his butt off, and he's a good fighter, man. So we'll see. He did a couple little interviews. I watched him. Got a little name for himself out there, but nothing we ain't gonna be able to take care of, man.
Okay.
So
Mr. Jones, do you have anything to say?
Have you seen any footage of him yet?
Yeah, I watched him fight one of his fights, man. He claims to be a wrestler. Nobody can take him down. Stuff like that. A little social media stuff I read. I watched one of his fights. We're gonna get into more detail with him and get more.
Yeah. From what you see, though, is he more like a traditional wrestler?
I didn't really watch none of his wrestling stuff. You know, he just talks a lot about it. So I'm sure he got some fights that I haven't seen that he wrestled, but he talks about it, man. And you know, I'm bringing in aggressiveness, man, and my takedowns have yet really to be stopped. So we'll see if he's a wrestler after this fight, man. We'll see how he likes to wrestle. Wow. I'll bring that to him. We can turn it into a wrestling match if he wants. Wherever he wants it. But I feel like I'm better everywhere. I'm gonna try to stand with him, stand and bang. But I'm looking forward to that wrestling match, you know. So.
All right. So what I wanted to ask you, so from this adjustment, just hearing this new opponent that you have, did that kind of alter your game before then? Because I heard you say the first guy you really wasn't impressed. Wasn't really somebody that you seen that you really, or I'm not going to say that you really had to train for, but you wasn't worried about. So with him being matched in front of you in January, your precautions, like you said you're well versed, you're ready to either, you know, challenge his fact to the ground game, or would you outstrike him? Because you said, once again, you haven't really seen any ground game from this guy. Do you think it's all talk? Or what's your mental approach going into this?
I got to be ready. I'm not going to take him for talk. I'm going to take him for being, I'll take all his talk for being honest, man, and it'll be up to me to prove if it's wrong or not, you know? I'll take it for what it is and what I hear. My coaches went to Texas and trained for a week while he was leading up for that fight with Global, and they trained with some guys that kind of knew him, and they said he really wasn't nothing special, you know. But that being said, man, I'm not taking that for and building my game around him being nothing. You know, I'm gonna take him for being an amateur champion, man, 5-1. You don't get there just doing nothing. You get there from hard work. So I'll take him for being a hard worker, man. But it definitely got me motivated. Like the moment I found out my opponent got switched, I went and run like 3 miles. Like I was like, yes, let's go. And I just got in my truck and went and jogged and just ready, man. He definitely got me motivated, so hopefully he's motivated too, which he will be, man. I mean, it takes a lot of balls to step in that cage, man, regardless of your record, regardless of anything. So respect for that. And I hope I can expose his game, man. I don't see him being a big wrestler like he says. We'll see, though.
And just piggybacking off of that. So stepping in the ring. The last time we talked, also again, rest in peace, Mama Dearest, always.
Yes, rest in peace.
First, before I get into this, how's the fam? How's Pops, the lady, your brother, and everybody else? How's the fam?
Fam's good, man. It's holiday time, man. Everybody's kind of, coming together. My sister's birthday today. Shout out to my sister, Ashley.
Okay.
My dad, man, he's making it, man. You know, it's hard, bro. He was, you know, with her for 25 years, man, and that was, you know, his glue, man. Every day together, every day waking up, doing something for him. You know, that man didn't really do anything for himself, so. But we came together as a family, man, and everybody's kind of stepped up to the plate and trying to be there for him, especially at this time of the year, man. You know, all the holidays, and you know, he didn't even want to get out the house for Thanksgiving, which was definitely kind of hurt the heart, man. Knowing he's just sitting around, man, it's kind of sus.
Do you think their current road venture pushes him, I guess, to, or does that help him with this process? I know it can't be easy on you. I know it's a hard road, but is there any way that, you know, that this, you know, helps the ease off a little bit?
I think it does, man, because when I talk to, my stepmom, man, my mom, man, she was definitely like somebody I called when I had great news, when I had any type of news or anything happen good in my life. She was one of the first person I called, man. So it was, and now I got my dad. You know, I try to call him because she was like, you want to tell your dad something? Like every time I told her, she's like, I'm gonna tell your dad. And he definitely, he likes it too, man. So he's more vocal now about it, telling me good job. And you know, I think it definitely helps that he sees his family doing good. You know, my brother's following his dreams. He's a chief firefighter at, you know, 31 years old. Something he always dreamed to do since he was a volunteer at 14. And that's his dream, nice. And they're proud of him. And, you know, I'm giving the same, you know, feeling to him now, following my dream, you know. So I think it definitely helps him, and it motivates him. You know, he was pumped for my fight, my last one, and he's definitely pumped for this one. So it helps me as well,
so
man. Knowing my dad, knowing he's there for me, it definitely helps me too, man. I got the biggest family support system, man, ever.
Family is always strong, especially when you have a support system, and especially when you can uplift them too. Just want to throw that out there to any and everybody, and just to let that be a lesson. And the segue into this, your mental statement or your mental state of going into this fight with everything being said. What's your main focus for this fight? And then I have one more other question for you, and I'm sure Mr. Jones probably have a couple of other questions in between. But your mental state going into this fight, preparing from that last fight to now, and the switch and everything going into it, what is your mindset? And I'm sure I already know what your overall conclusion is going to be. But just let me know the pregame.
Well, see, before I went to that, watch my coach train fight, and just watching him get prepared and watching those other guys, all those pro fighters, me coming back yesterday, I'm ready to get back to work, man. I'm ready to. I seen how pros warm up. I seen how pros react, and just what it takes to be on that level. And I got a lot of work to do, man, and I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, if I want to be great, man, this is the fight I win. This is the fight I win. And I see it. I don't know. I'm real focused on the ground, man. This one's going to be I'm gonna work my takedowns and my takedown defense, and work my range. And that's probably the focus right now. Is really just my wrestling, getting back, and just getting stronger, better, mental, just building everything. And I'm going to display it January 17th that I'm a better wrestler than this guy and what he thinks he is. And just it's really been just being around professionals, man, like my coach and guys like that, man. They motivate me to show, like, they show me what it takes, man, to be a high-level fighter. And
so being
I got a lot of work to do.
That level of talent, just being with that level of talent made you want to do better.
Yes, indeed, man. It showed me I have to do better.
Okay, that is well said. That is definitely well said. What you got to say, Mr. Jones?
Yeah, I said that's good. You taking more of the cardio approach of this fight, but I mean, straight up, I'm gonna ask you straight up. What are your predictions of this fight? How do you see this going out? How do you see this playing out in your mind right now?
Me, I see him pressuring early. I see him trying to bring the pressure at me, which ain't gonna be good for him because I'm very quick counter puncher, and I see me cracking him, man. I see him cracking him, and him trying to kind of panicking, man. I don't think he fought somebody like me yet, man. And I'm gonna crack him, and maybe he's gonna go to that wrestling, and that's when that wrestling defense is gonna come in. I see me putting him out early, man. First round submission. I don't know the submission, but I'll call it arm triangle. I'll go with arm triangle, man. You heard it first. Arm triangle in the first round, man.
Okay, you heard it first.
You heard it first, bro.
I'm not going to blow it up, because if it happens, trust and believe me, I'm going off. I am going off. Going off the roof.
My last 2 fights were first round submissions, and like my coach, man, he 3 first round submissions, and you know, he leads by example, man. Like, whatever, how that makes sense. That made sense. But I'll watch him, man, and it just makes me want to do that, man. It makes me want to go. You know, I'm not going to hit my back and hold on for dear life. I'm going to hit my back and look to attack. So his game plan of wrestling me and me hitting my back, if he does get me there, you know, it's not going to be him the advantage in my guard. You know, it's going to be me attacking. And for, you know, if it takes 15 minutes of me attacking, that's the plan, man. But I hope to get him out of there in 2-3 minutes, man. With the game plan. But if it goes 15, it goes 15. I'll be ready for it. And say hopefully he is, man.
And then,
I'm more sure that he has to be ready for you.
That's up to him.
What you about to say, Mr. Jones?
Yeah, my next question was, like, as far as, like, being on your back and all that, like, have you had, like, any special game plan as far as, like, the defense on there? Do you feel comfortable there? Like, what is the game plan there? Is it going to be attack, try to go for a...
Honestly, man, we haven't really built a game plan yet for this fight. It's been a lot of just me thinking, just what if. I don't really train for a certain style, man. I just train to fight, man. I go in there and I just train to, you know, to get better, and whatever happens. But there will be a game plan implemented, man, and we'll see what that is. But as far as the game plan, it's just some thoughts, and hopefully everything can go like I think. But we'll put the work in and definitely pick out some small details and work on that, like, you know, such as takedown defense. You know, work a little bit more on certain techniques. But right now, it's really just training. It's really just the same things over and over, getting better. It's jiu-jitsu, it's stand-up, bag work, cardio, and then we'll implement little things into certain things he may be good at. So my coaches have a lot of stuff on them, and we're going to get to work. They just, like I said, my coach, Josh, he just came back from Worlds. Chris had this fight preparing for, so all that's out the way, and next up is me. So we're going to get me ready. And I trust those guys, man. They did a good job so far. So
that is dope. Shout out to SoulFighters, man. Shout out to the whole camp.
He coming to your house, right?
He's coming to Louisiana, man. Yeah, it's my home, man.
Ooh.
I fought a Texas fight already, man. It didn't work too good. I'll send another one back to Texas, heartbroken.
They're gonna have that big old
starting to get there, man. The confidence is starting to get there, but nowhere near cocky, man. It's just confidence, man. It's flowing out of me, man. I'm just ready, man. I'm ready to bang, man. Like I said, I seen what pro fighters do, man, and I know I got a long way to go, man. But I'm so motivated, man. Teary-eyed, hands sweating, ready to go, man.
Anything for sure. We'll definitely, or I, Zeus the Truth, will always spit the truth. As long as you're doing your due in the ring. And I'll be the cocky person for you, because I'll do all the talking. You don't have to say a word.
Right. Yeah, I don't like cockiness in a way, man, but I do admire it when it comes from confidence. And that's the main thing, man, finally putting my name out there, man, and posting stuff. I never wanted to get it confused with cockiness, man, because I don't like those type of fighters, man. And I don't want to be above myself. But being where I'm at, man, not too many people can say they, in 5 months they went 3-0. I'm top 3 in the state right now, man. Fighting a top 3 guy in their state, so I gotta have some type of cockiness with me, man. I don't think I'm a bum. I think I'm great, and I got a lot to prove, man. And this is definitely a statement fight for me again.
Well, God, I was just about to say, what was your final statement and conclusions of everything? But I think you just pretty much wrapped it up for us.
Hey,
now,
man, the last one, I created an Instagram, so I have that now. Derrick Rawls 127. So that's different than the last time we talked. I think all I had was Facebook, and you guys told me to, get my name out there, go to make an Instagram, so I did that to follow me on that.
Definitely.
For sure.
But yeah, man, same thing, just another day, man. That's it.
So before we get into our next segment, any last words, any last thing? Make sure you shout out your Facebook and your Instagram again as well. But yeah, as we conclude this interview, your last word. Matter of fact, Mr. Jones, do you have anything to say before he concludes his last word?
Whoop ass, defend your home, and have a fucking good time out there.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, man, I want to give a shout-out to my team, man, Soul Fighters Movement Martial Arts, located in Watson, Louisiana, man. My coaches, Chris Crosby, Josh Booty, Larry Bradford, Donald Wilson, everybody else in the gym that I train with, Jeff Kane, a lot of those guys, man, all warriors, all battle-tested, man. Shout out to those guys. They keep me on my game. Shout out to my girlfriend, Ariel Pierce, man, for sticking with me and dealing with me. And y'all can follow me on Instagram at Derrick Rawls 127 and Facebook Derrick Rawls. And let's go get that title January 17th. Shout out to the TMS group, man. Y'all guys are awesome all the time, man. Like family. It's always
what it is, man.
Guys.
Always a pleasure to have you.
For y'all having me, man. Yeah, man, same. Anytime y'all ever need me, want to talk, man, y'all can hit me up. I'll definitely be on here. This is where it's starting at, man. This is the beginning, man.
We're going to celebrate your victory when we get back.
Fucking right, we will.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so there we have it, man. 2-month show interview with Derrick Rawls. Make sure y'all tune in January 17th. Derrick Rawls versus the guy that's going to lose. I'm not even going to mention his name because he doesn't mean Cloud doesn't mention.
Name. Just
make sure.
Hell, man.
So, like I said, we always support you. I appreciate you having you on the show. And tune in to next time because it won't be the last time.
Yes, indeed. Thank y'all, man.
All right, man. Take care, man. We'll hear from you later.
All right, brother. Later, y'all.